why did you pick Poland to settle and not, as we were saying, the fancy Western Europe?
Well, it was back then. I was in Austria and I had a Polish girlfriend. She didn't want to stay there, and I was open to move to find a different place. And I found a job here. We moved, and even after we broke up, I decided to stay here. So I feel very well here. I still feel that I have a lot to learn. The culture is different. The mindset is different. So I'm always learning new things. Um, so I'm very satisfied with Poland. But if when Polish people, they love to ask you, "Oh, do you want to stay here forever?"
Yeah.
I don't know. I still do not know. Of course, Poland has become my home, but for the future, I don't know if I will stay here. It depends. I'm open.
For how long are you in Poland?
I've been living here since 2020, so almost 4 years already.
Yeah, 4 years, but well, there was COVID. I think COVID counts, every COVID year counts as half.
Well, I think Poland did well with COVID, I would say. Also because like the lockdown concept was something that they already had. They were just calling it winter, right? So for them was not something like they already, even after COVID or before COVID, social distance was something normal for them, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Yeah, so they could teach the world on how to go on lockdown, because it's just daily life. I remember when I moved to Poland, I arrived. I don't remember what was the bank holiday, but it was a bank holiday. I think it was what they call it, corpus. How is it in English? Corpus Christi. Something.
Corpus Christi. Yeah.
Corpus Christi. No, yeah, Corpus Christi. So it just happened. It was that day, and the company I was going to work for, they rent me an apartment on the 10th floor, and they gave me the key, but no one told me which apartment was on the 10th floor. There were maybe 4 of them, so I had to try to open all the doors, like literally at some point, and everybody was at home, because what happened in that part of the world, in Poland, in Hungary, when it's bank holiday, people don't go out or sit on the cafe. No, people stay at home and clean. They think it's great. There's nothing better than a long weekend cleaning the house that was cleaned last bank holiday, which was typically last month, because there are plenty of them. So they just keep cleaning all the time, and I'm not that dirty. You can see my place, so they are really obsessed with that. So I had to open all these doors, and of course I picked the wrong one. But thank God nothing happened to me. But I was not expecting to see them at home. I thought it won't be a problem. It's bank holiday. Everyone is out and about. No, I was wrong. And another funny thing of bank holidays in Poland, that was in Katowice. So I had nothing to eat, because I arrived. I was living in Ireland back then, and I returned anyway. And I was told there was a shopping mall next to where I was going to live. I said, no problem, I'll be sorted. I go to the shopping mall and I can pick up some food. The shopping mall was closed on a bank holiday. For
bank
Portuguese
holiday or
Brazilian
Sundays. Yeah, you need to get used to that. So I was even joking if my girlfriend was telling me, no, people are naming their children now with something that they love. And I said, if I would have a daughter, I would name her Niedziela Handlowa, like the working Sunday, because this is the moment I love. They happen from time to time, and it saves our lives here.
So you are in Warsaw. For people that don't know, Warsaw is kind of in the middle of Poland, just to make it simple. But it's towards east. Like you can sense already that Russia is not that far. It's very different than if you are in let's say in Krakow. Krakow, it's more like Austro-Hungarian. If you are in Poznan, it's more like Germany. If you are in Gdansk, it's more like the Nordic countries, but with a cheaper beer, so better.
Yes.
Warsaw is not that far from Russia, and we all know we don't need to live in Poland for that. That there's a war happening, out of joke now, between Russia and Ukraine, but at this point I don't know if it's only Russia and Ukraine. But how is the perception from someone living in Poland of the war happening just next door?
In the beginning, it was very scary because we never imagined that it would happen. And when it happened, from the first day, we already start seeing the impact of it, because we already saw a lot of people coming. I worked as a volunteer in the train stations, and I could see the trains coming, like packed with people, sometimes in very bad condition, like and people, they were very scared. They didn't know if they would find a place to stay here, or some people had family, others didn't, and the life simply changed even for us here from one day to the other. It was something new. No one was prepared for that, and honestly, I didn't expect it would happen. uh, it happened, but yeah, our life changes. That changes the costs, because of the housing, like the market, real estate market changed a lot as well. Like the amount of money we used to pay when I moved here in 2020, and the amount of money we pay now for rent, is we pay it twice more. So it changed. And I think it's, yeah, I didn't expect it would happen. And I think I took it just like, okay, it's just like Russia threatening someone, and will not
Yeah.
happen.
Are you guys concerned with the potential escalation of the war?
I think the people here are quite calm when it comes to like potential escalation, because with the fact that we have NATO troops in Poland, we believe, and I believe as well, that Russia would not start a war against NATO, because I think it wouldn't be a good decision for Russia. But no, it can happen. We never know what are, the same way that we didn't expect to happen in Ukraine, or in Georgia, or it can happen. We never know. So I think if it happens, I think we might be like better prepared in terms of how to deal with the situation, than when it happened in 2022.